Another big story this morning, we take you back to the Western Cape, where SABC News reporter Atule Joka has been monitoring the taxi strike that is taking place in Cape Town. Talks having collapsed yesterday between SANTACO and provincial and local authorities. Atule, just a little bit earlier when we crossed to you, you showed us a body lying in the ground. Can you confirm at this point exactly what happened to that individual that we saw? They did lifeless body sprawled across the street earlier, and if they are indeed one of the taxi drivers?
Yes, indeed. We saw a video, a very disturbing and a graphic video which was circulating, which came to be that the person who was involved in that video is the man who is lying down on the floor. We are still on the scene and the body is yet to be picked up at the moment. So apparently what seemed to have transpired on that video is that this is an Avanza driver who was transporting some workers to work, and there was quite a protest at the time, a blockade of the taxi drivers, and there were people, some assailants who came to him. They stoned his car. Some of the people who were inside the car started running away, and then there were shots that were heard, that were fired. I will show you the marks as well when we turn around here of where the rounds of the bullet have been marked in place. We see a number of sporadic incidents are happening. We heard there was an attempted looting on a nearby mall in Mitchell's Plain right about now, but we heard that private security was quick to attend and intervene on that situation. We're also receiving reports of stoning of cars in some other areas. And also when we were standing up on the tunnel on top of the bridge, we saw a guy driving frantically, very anxious, driving his family. And I noticed that the windows were broken. And when I see it was a white male and his family, and there was a kid at the back who was also bleeding. The blood was streaming down his face. I also want just to bring in people of this community to just get the sense of people, how do they feel here. Mama, ngisixelele nje mhlawumbe njengabahlali balapha enyanga okwenzeka apha eziteksini apha eKapa mhlawumbe kunichaphazela kangakanani?
Kusichaphazela kakhulu. Umzekelo mina ndiphila ngozithengisela, andithengisanga anamala naye ne-R10. Abantwana abaphangelanga bahleli ezindlini baxhomekekile uba bangagxothwa emisebenzini. Mna indichaphazele kakhulu, zange ndahlala driver wena sorry ndingenayo ne-R10 ana-R10 anamilimili migcwalise ifridge, but andikwazi sixhomekeke eziteksini. So inzima kakhulu, inzima. Abantwana baye esikolweni.
Mama, just reflecting on how this has affected them and also on how they are able to making their own income, saying of course he is an entrepreneur. She does try and make money on her for her own self, but she has been greatly disturbed. Please talk to us about this incident. Zeziphethe
kabuhlungu kakhulu kuba kaloku uyoyika. Umzekelo ngo anamilimile endlini msasazi njengoba ndisitsho andinazinto zodibanisa, but ndiyoyika uya kwaShoprite. Umzekelo kumntana mbefana ba ubheka eGauteng ngoLwesithathu, asikwazi ngoku uyokhansilisha inantika itiketi lakhe because asiyazi kuza kwenzeka ntoni, asazi kuvaliwe kwaShoprite. End of the day yona ibhasi ayina strike, so iyahambela xesha izoba ipenalty okanye izawutshona imali yakhe. So thina abahlali isichaphazela kakhulu, ingasenze ugovernment edibene nonoteksi kuba sixhomekeke kubo uba iphele lento. Umzekelo izolo abantwana bami bebemuva apha bebehlala khona ku close to i-terminus, ndinyanzeleke ndizithuthe ngentloko impahla because of bayoyika kwa abantu ukutransporta for uyothatha impahla. Akho mntu ngoyiki njengoba ndisitsho ngoku ndisithi anamilimili ananix endlini and ndixhomekeke ekuthengiseni.
Thank you so much. This is Mama, one of the community members around here, just talking to us, reflecting on what is happening. I also just asked my colleague to just come in a bit forward to just show you those marks that I wanted to show you earlier on of those markings. But I want to bring in a leader of the council in the city of Cape Town to speak to us about how this is the member of the AFF and also a leader of the opposition in the council in the city of Cape Town. Just talk to us about the impact of the strike. Do we know how many buses have been affected, how many people and so forth?
Hi, and thank you very much to your viewers. As we stand, we don't have the number of people that have died this morning, but we've heard that there are 2 or 3 taxi drivers that have been shot. Now we are just seeing a normal civilian or a driver of the car that is bent there. And also we've just heard that there is also a policeman that has also been shot in Mfuleni. So as it stands, we don't know as yet.
Have you been having any discussions as other councils in the Council of the City of Cape Town?
As opposition, we do have a WhatsApp group that we are talking to because we need to be updated about everything that is happening. Our talks obviously are condemning what is happening, and the direct people that we should blame with all that is happening, it is the City of Cape Town. We are requesting, as the EFF will write to the departments, both the urban mobility and safety and security, where we want to request that we put every department and everyone and parties that are affected by what is happening, and we come with an amicable solution around this matter.
Thank you. Can you confirm your names again and your title in the city? Okay.
My name is Atule Joka. I'm the party caucus leader.
Thank you so much. Mr. Atule Joka is the party caucus leader in the council in the City of Cape Town, which is also in the is central in this, is also embroiled in this part of debacle which is happening between the City of Cape Town and the Taxi Association. We were talking to them just about now. I also wanted to bring in Mr. Angus Mackenzie to see if he can speak to us as also the member of the DA. Where I'm passing is the family members who have come here to just pay their last respects. I will try and see if I can speak to Mama. Mama, nifike nini mhlamba hapa namhlanje yayi nichaphazeleke kangakanani?
Oh, sifika pha ngobani? Ngo-5. So thina sibone nje le nto la moto besizobukela nje bakwenzeka ntoni kasithi sibona kukho umuntu oleleyo apha. Asinalo ulwazi kodwa ke thina kuba sifike sekukho abantu nomuntu uselele. Sibukela nje lamanyala enzekayo umuntu omnyama abulala umuntu omnyama. Noko isidima sethu sehlile akumandanga.
Just to Mama, they're reflecting on what she saw this morning, saying they're quite disturbed about what they term black-on-black violence. Say this is quite graphic and quite disturbing as well. Mhlambi nimemele lento ngaske kwenzeke ntoni?
Ndithenda kuyijonga ngase kubekho uxolo kuthethathethwane nokwakumandanga.
Thank you so much. Also calling for peace there. She's saying she's greatly disturbed by what she calls black-on-black violence. I'll try and bring in the family as well to see if they can speak to us. They are not family members, but they are community members. We're trying to see if we can speak to some of the people who are here. The family came in to pay their last respect, but what they found is something that really quite disturbed them and really hurt them. At this moment, they were quite devastated to speak to us and quite distraught at this moment. I understand it is quite difficult for us to speak to them there in studio. But this is the situation here. There's still high police visibility behind me. This area is still highly guarded, and this is where this situation took place. And I'll ask my colleague if he can turn a bit to the right to just show you that the scene is still not cleared. The situation still remains the same at this particular moment. Spoke to various people, and they're saying this is quite disturbing. This is alarming. Tensions are high in the Western Cape, and it is quite very dire what is happening around here.
I understand that you're working in a very difficult condition there, Atule, but just to bring this in, we're going to roll a visual coming from that has been circulating even on social media from the N2. And we did talk earlier about the taxis that had blocked the N2 in Cape Town this morning. Let's play that visual, but this circulating on social media showing to us as well, not just taxis on the roads, but a high police contingent, and also it looks like a taxis being impounded. Tell us a little bit about that, Atule, just how much we know about taxis being impounded even as of this morning as a result of that blockade that we saw on the N2. Do we know how many, how extensive some of those impoundments really have been?
Yeah. At the moment, the city is quite quiet. They have not been forthcoming with the numbers of what has happened, the numbers of the people affected and so forth. But what we understand is that this morning there were quite a number of taxis that blockaded some roads, some routes, trying to delay and distract traffic. And that's when the law enforcement officials, according to the reports, came in and started also attacking those who were trying to block the roads. And after that, they were made to lie on the ground, and then afterwards some of the people were taken into custody, and then some of those vehicles that you saw, they were taken back to town. Others were towed in, others were driven, and they were taken back to town. It's just that at this moment there's not a confirmed number that is coming from the city of Cape Town, but that's what truly transpired there. That also happened amid the burning of the buses. When this was happening, the buses earlier on there were happening, and also there were gunshots that were happening. We hear that the situation is quite volatile in also other areas as we speak to you right about now.